Hello, friends. Welcome to yet another episode of Frankly Speaking with Dr. Sanjay Modi. This is an initiative by Definitive Homeopathy to address to all your queries pertaining to homeopathy, its principles and practice. For those practitioners who are watching the series for the first time, Dr. Sanjay Modi believes that when a practitioner's confusion gets clarified and they gain more confidence in their pati and subsequently in its practice. So, here we try to put up questions to Sir, questions which are frequently on the minds of the practitioners, which they have asked either on the Facebook page or personally to Sir. So, Dr. Sanjay Modi, sir, the question for you today is, why do you say that there is nothing like a drug picture when Dr. Kent has talked about it and the tradition still continues, sir?
Let's first understand that just because a tradition continues for years does not, make it valid or scientific. We have to understand this particular thing. For years, for example, people believed Earth to be flat. And to majority, it also looked flat. But did the Earth become flat because majority thought so? So, first of all, anything that is traditional need not be scientific. Now we come to Kent's, drug pictures. That's a very favorite of most of them, most of the homeopaths, I understand. And I agree that in Kent's Materia Medica, Kent has talked about drug pictures. But very few people know why he did that. And in my book, Accurate Homeopathy, I have talked in detail with evidence. A little look into the history will give the answer of Kent's, drug pictures relevance, basically. Probably Kent became the most influential person in homeopathy because of the way he taught Materia Medica. It was no longer dry and shapeless. Kent's distinctive contribution, I will definitely say, was to give many medicines a personality to dramatize them. Instead of presenting the students with a long list of unconnected facts, he painted word pictures of the kind of patient who was supposed to need the medicine in question. You see that? Actually, Kent lectures, though manufactured, were certainly much more readable than the standard reference works. However, his approach involved a considerable dilution of the original Similia work. And then came Tyler, who soon outdid her mentor in readability and enthusiasm to influence students. We were far away from the world of seriously, densely packed narratives, as we find in Hughes's encyclopedia, and much further away from the bare symptom lists of Hahnemann's Materia Medica Pura. Even Kent seemed dry and restrained in comparison to Tyler. I have written a lot about that particular thing. So, in the hands of Tyler and her followers, homeopathy gave up to be the pretense of being scientific and became, for better or worse, more like an art form. But I still would put Kent as the last conscientious or truthful homeopath. Why? This very few people know. Actually, and I have been talking about this particular thing for a very long time, that Kent's recorded clinical cases do not reflect the drama that you see in his Materia Medica. He was wise in keeping separate his clinical practice from the classroom teaching. And they were not allowed to merge, blend, fuse, or unite. Because he did not confuse his classroom teaching with his clinical practice. And he kept this separation intact and watertight with great clarity. This is what I'm talking about. Because, not only there is no reflection of his classroom teaching in his clinical records, but even a faint trace is not seen in the clinical records of Dr. Kent. And I tell you that there is even not a faint trace of those drug pictures which he describes in his Materia Medica in his clinical data. And this is the truthfulness that Kent had maintained towards his profession, for which I tell that he is the last of the conscientious or the truthful of homeopaths. And I was the first to put light to Kent's cases in my book, Accurate Homeopathy. So what started as a classroom teaching technique by Kent for the sake of getting students interested in the dry Materia Medica has now by and by become a full-time clinical entertainment. I love this word mirage. And if you are aware of this word, it is an optical illusion that people in the desert not only see, but also believe to be true. And that is precisely what is happening to a homeopath when he or she tries to match the so-called drug pictures in clinical practice. And that is why I say that running after drug pictures in clinical practice is like running after a mirage in desert. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay Modi, sir, for answering the question so lucidly and vividly. I believe the question is generally on the mind of every person who practices homeopathy. Practitioners tend to lose confidence in their own pathy if their confusion is not clarified and addressed properly. Sir, your answer will help me as well as all the practitioners who are following you that homeopathy is completely scientific and we should conduct our practice with utmost confidence. Friends, for more videos like this, please visit our Facebook page on Definitive Homeopathy. We encourage you to post all your concerns and questions which have troubled you or caused difficulty for you in your practice. Dr. Sanjay Modi, sir, will try to address your question in our next episode of Frankly Speaking with Dr. Sanjay Modi. Thank you. Thank you, friends.